AHEADinVET, which stands for Vocational Education and Training, is an Erasmus Plus project co-founded by the European Union that aims to upskill VET teachers and trainers in dealing with the mental health of their learners. You are listening to the AHEAD in Mental Health, Navigating Mental Health in Vocational Education podcast. AHEAD in Mental Health, Navigating Mental Health in Vocational Education is a podcast series that delves into issues related to the mental health of trainees and trainers in the VET sector. Experts in the field of mental health and VET will be sharing their experience and expertise, allowing us to gain a better understanding of the topic of mental health. I'm Elisa Borione, project manager of this project, representing Excel and the consortium. Thank you for joining us and enjoy. Our guest for today's episode is Professor Klada Nektaria of the Department of Education at the Higher School of Pedagogical and Technological Education of Athens. She will help us discuss today's subject, the role of technology in VET students' mental health. Thank you for being with us today, Klada. So, let's skip to the first question. Can technology be used as a useful tool to promote and support mental health?
First of all, I want to thank you that I am here and I can share all these issues with you. And for answer in these first questions, I would say that yes, I believe that technology can support mental health, at least not autonomously. However, it can assist mental health professionals in a similar way to how can help a doctor to make a diagnosis. But I don't think it can replace human presence and human support.
I understand. And can you give us a brief background on your experience with technology and mental health in the VET education sector?
In fact, I don't have a special experience in the subject, but only as a user of artificial intelligence and within the context of advising my students on its use. I have students in several levels of educated and I can teach them how to use all these tools. And in this context, I have practical experience, I would say.
That's great. And what are some of the most common ways technology is being used to support the mental health of VET students?
Technology, with its ability to analyze large amounts of data and predict outcomes, has the potential to transform the provision of mental health care. As we all see from scientific research, technology can assist in the more accurate diagnosis of mental disorders, tailor treatments to patients' needs, and help prevent the deterioration of mental health. I think with all those ways, technology can be used for supporting mental health.
That's very interesting. And how do you think technology can help address some of the challenges VET students face when it comes to their mental health?
I believe that technology can contribute to the exploration of adults' mental health needs and allow interventions to be adapted in a more effective way. I think that is a way to face challenges.
Great. And are there any limitations or potential negative impacts of using technology in this way?
Of course, I think it's a very common idea that continuous export to digital stimuli, such as notification and multiple browser tabs, can reduce the ability to focus and maintain attention in specific themes. This may affect productively performance in academic or professional settings and overall cognitive function. Additionally, excessive screen time can contribute to feelings of isolation and to create a social disconnection. And spending more time online activities may replace face-to-face interactions and reduce opportunities for meaningful social connections. This lack of social engagement can lead to feelings of loneliness, which may contribute to mental health issues, such as depression and anxiety, melancholy, and other negative feelings like those.
That's very interesting. And can you give us some specific examples of innovative approaches to using technology for mental health support in VT education?
The use of digital toolkits can facilitate certain process of understanding, simulation, or awareness of the problem. A problem, any problem. So I think this is an example to make all this clear.
Okay, and now let's analyze a little bit the perspective of VT students. Can you tell us about your experience with using artificial intelligence in education context?
Yes, of course. Recently, I have been used AI personally, for examples, to find quickly bibliographic references. And however, I have also noticed that my students use it extensively for their assignment. And I observe that it is necessary to have a strong knowledge of the topics you are researching. And most importantly, critical thinking is very essential because not every answer is accurate. And additionally, for someone who is familiar with the subject, and an artificial intelligence tool generated response is quite obvious and that does not truly represent the student's own work. So, of course, technology and all these tools are very helpful, but for saving research time or generating ideas, but the outcome requires careful revision. In the end, human intelligence has the final say.
I understand. And do you have any concerns about relying on technology for mental health support?
Yes, the risks may include dependence on technology, also for adults, because it's very common to observe this in teenagers, but it's not something that we see only in that target group. Also in adults, maybe create a passivation of the mind. People may lose the ability to think for themselves. And let me tell a very short story about this. Recently, I saw someone asking AI for advice about her relationship problems. And she told me that it helped her to realize what she should do. It's easy to get carried away and to lose the essence of our spirituality and human dimension. So for any technological advancement, we need critical thinking and experiential and lived knowledge of the issues. It is easy to exceed the limits.
Thank you very much. That was enlightening. That was our last question. So our guest for today's episode was Professor Nektaria. Thank you very much for joining and sharing with us today your knowledge and experience. And I am Elisa Borrione, project manager of the project representing Excelia in this consortium. Thank you for listening to the AHEAD in Mental Health, Navigating Mental Health in Vocational Education podcast, a series produced in the framework of the Erasmus Plus project AHEAD in VET. And remember, mental health is an issue for which conversations need to continue, evolve and flourish. And together we can create a more compassionate and supportive VET community. For more information about the project, feel free to check out our project channels and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Find out more on our website, AHEADinVET.com.